Abigail Spanberger is running for governor in the state of Virginia. She is the Democratic candidate for governor. Now, all that aside, her background, she was a CIA analyst. Now, if you know anybody that works for the CIA, if you have been listening to any of the folks that have started being interviewed that worked for the CIA, you will notice a theme from those folks. Psychology plays a large part in every part of the CIA. If you know the history of the CIA, psychological operations are a major part of the CIA. So Abigail Spanberger, having worked for the CIA as an analyst, not as a spook, she uh, she had to understand the psychology of people, what got them working. So she has been accused by Delegate Taylor of fueling the death threats that were made against her by, what is this dude's name? Michael Ray Strawmeyer. He's 33 of DeWitt, Virginia. He was arrested and charged with making death threats against Kim Taylor. Kim Taylor has said that the speech made by Spanberger is one of the things that fueled this. Now, I'm going to link the entire 12 minutes and like 30 seconds of this speech down below. In this speech, at the end of it, she told a story where she says that let your rage fuel you. Now, I want you to listen to the entire speech because, in all honesty, it does make you wonder if that isn't, somebody who's trained in psychological warfare, if this isn't something that would have been done, especially considering the attacks on conservatives in the past while. Now, I'm going to play the clip of the story. It's only about a minute. And then I'm going to read to you some of these. I'm going to read to you from a couple of stories here. So, hit like and subscribe if you want to know what's going on with the government. Hey, these are Taylor's running for office, Spanberger's running for office. They're fair game. So hit like and subscribe if you want to know what's going on. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
I will leave you with this because I see Catherine approaching. At one point in time, when I was going on about something to my mother, who's here somewhere, and I was sort of running my mouth about something that was bothering me about politics, and my mother just said, "Let your rage fuel you." And so, Mom, I love you. I thank you for the sage advice. And to the rest of us, every time we hear a new story, we let it fuel us. Every time we turn on the news, we let it fuel us. Every time something bad is happening, we say, oh, that's motivation. I'll tell you this, I have...
Now, the first story, after hearing that I'm going to read to you is from Virginia Mercury. Now, this is a liberal news organization here in Virginia. The Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Office on Thursday arrested a man accused of sending politically motivated death threat to Delegate Kim Taylor, Republican from Petersburg. Major William Knott of the Sheriff's Office confirmed the arrest to the Mercury. Authorities identified the suspect as 33-year-old Michael Ray Strawmeyer. He lives in DeWitt in Dinwiddie County. In a news release, the sheriff's office said Taylor's campaign manager reported earlier in the day that the campaign had received a text message threatening the delegate's life. Investigators developed the suspect and arrested Strawmeyer at 2:15 p.m. He is being held without bond at Meherrin River Regional Jail in Alberta, pending an initial appearance in Dinwiddie County General District Court. Taylor's campaign said she is safe, and praised law enforcement for its swift action. Uh, Now, Democratic gubernatorial nominee Abigail Spanberger also condemned the threat. I'm horrified to hear about death threat against Delegate Kim Taylor and am relieved to hear that the suspect is now in custody. Okay, cool. Um, Taylor is a Republican delegate since 2022, represents the 82nd District, which covers parts of Chesterfield, Dinwiddie, and Prince George counties, along with the city of Petersburg and parts of Hopewell. She won her seat in 2021 in a 2021 upset against Delegate Lashreese Aird, a Democrat, a victory that helped Republicans regain control of the House of Delegates. She was narrowly reelected in 2023 after a recount confirmed her 53 vote edge over Democratic challenger Kimberly Pope Adams. Earlier this year, Taylor drew attention as one of the 5 Republican delegates who joined Democrats in supporting legislation to safeguard same-sex marriage in Virginia. So, okay, you've got a Democrat that's attacking somebody who's actually helped one of their causes. Now, in the Progress Index, needless to say who they support, Virginia gubernatorial candidate says rage comment isn't linked to GOP delegates' death threat. Okay, Abigail Spanberger campaign is fighting back against Delegate Kim Taylor's claim that a comment Spanberger made during a political appearance to let your rage fuel you led to Taylor receiving a texted death threat. In a statement to the Progress Index, the Spanberger campaign says the comment has been taken out of context by Taylor. Her campaign says Spanberger used the phrase, but in a civil way. I don't agree with that, but you be the judge of that, honestly. Abigail immediately condemned this horrific threat, and she will continue to condemn any attempt to make light or justify political violence of any kind, the campaign statement said. Abigail has a long record of working across party lines to get things done, and she will continue to bring people together as Virginia's next governor. Now, mind you, this is the same Bamberger that authored uh, a bill that allowed men into women's bathrooms. Recent videos have been posted both by Democrats and Republicans where Spanberger has used the phrase. Now, I've got that entire speech that she made so you can see for yourself. And I'm being transparent with all of this because I want you guys to make up your own minds listening to this speech, which, in all honesty, comes across to me as somebody who is trying to get people to fight, and she's saying, let this fuel you. And I also notice that Michael Fagans is in this little group. Let me tell you something. Listening to all the folks that work for the CIA talk about how psychology is such a major part of what that agency does, don't tell me that Spanberger doesn't understand the words that are coming out of her mouth, especially with the amount of attacks that have been happening towards Republicans and conservatives in general. Now, her speech, yes, I understand you have to have, a fighting stance when it comes to any political campaign, but she doesn't word it in a manner that tones down any kind of threat. She words it in a way where you've got to fight, and then she says, let your rage fuel you. You don't think that that isn't going to cause people, especially with the amount of psychology that she has had to deal with from the CIA, she doesn't think that that's going to cause people to get the way that Antifa's been getting. This is what the Democrats have been doing all this time. The lies that the Republicans, I was watching Tim Pool earlier, and what these AI programs have been doing, which is discounting actual liberal violence across this nation, but adding in violence that Republicans and conservatives both go, no. We don't agree with that. I know far right folks or people that are considered far right that look at some of this violence that supposedly the far right does and goes, no, we don't agree with that. But the Democrats have been going out of their way to protect Antifa. The Democrats have been going out of their way to allow men into women's bathrooms. The Democrats have been allowing illegal immigrants into this country that they know have been causing some of the worst crimes. Not all, okay, I'm going to say this correctly here. Yes, we already had a crime problem here. We have so many American born folks that are part of organized crime in this nation. We have serial killers in this nation. But let me tell you something, we didn't need to add to what we already had here. We were getting violence down, and then all of a sudden you had violence going up, and then you had police departments covering it up. Spanberger knows what she said. She knows the tone in which she said it. She understands the psychology of how she said it. And her claiming, oh no, this is not what I wanted, is a joke. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. Hear the speech out, and keep in mind, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, whatever. I want you to keep in mind the entire time what's going on in this nation. Keep in mind that Spanberger has the training and background to understand the psychology of causing people to do things like that. Then remember all of that and listen to that entire 12-minute speech and tell me if I am wrong or if I am right. If you don't agree with me, cool. This is why I'm making sure everything's presented to you. I want you to develop your own opinion from the facts. Don't just listen to me. Use your brain. Critical thinking. This is what I want from this channel, and that's what I'm going to put out there. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.